The chemistry is chemistrying.
So good. 5 stars. Loved it. It was just boring. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is actually Christmas, so Merry Christmas from my family to yours. And today we've got a really exciting video because I am going to be seeing if we can convert me to a seasonal reader. Now, I don't normally read seasonal books. I don't normally read summer books in summer. I don't read books set in the winter I don't read Halloween books. I don't read Valentine's Day books. I don't read Christmas books. You name it. My reading is not seasonal. I read what I want, when I want, regardless of where the book's set, the holiday that it's around. But we are going to be seeing if I can be converted. Now, some may call me a Scrooge. However, I just don't really like the whole Christmas thing too early. I get a little bit excited for Christmas on Christmas Eve, and obviously on Christmas Day. I absolutely love it. I have a tree in my house, but you will not catch me listening to Christmas music before the day of Christmas. I'm just not one of those people. I do love the holiday, we celebrate, we go all out, but for me personally, I just don't find it sits with my personality. I don't know why. We're going to try and see if I can be converted into a seasonal reader. So for the 3 books that we're going to be reading, I decided to ask my Discord members what books they would recommend that I read that are based around Christmas. So we're going to have 3. We've got 2 romances and a thriller. The first romance is "'Tis the Season for Revenge" by Morgan Elizabeth. This was recommended to me by Doe. She said she absolutely loved it. In fact, I think she rated it 5 stars. Yeah, wow, I absolutely love this. So my friends' ratings and reviews, we've got 5 star, 4 star, another 5 star, 4 star, 4 star, 4 star, one rated it 2 star. So it does seem like there is a mixed bag out of those 8 ratings. But I'm really excited about that one. The other book that Doe recommended was Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Now this one, we have, I think, less people. Oh no, we still had quite a few people rate it. So out of 8 ratings, we've got 5 star, 4 star, 4 star, 4 star, 4 star, 4 star, 3 star and 2 star. So again, very, like, you know, mostly good, but a little bit of a mixed bag. So again, I'm excited about that. I have read some Tessa Bailey books before and really enjoyed them. Not read anything by Morgan Elizabeth though, I don't think. And then Kaylee recommended an indie thriller that she'd never read before, but she'd heard good things, which is called Secret Santa by Amy Tackett. Now, this one is kind of like a Mean Girls thriller vibe, where there's like a group of girls that get together and have the Secret Santa, and one of them has died and something is untoward. So yeah, we've got those 3 books. Now obviously I'm not really a thriller reader normally, so we're probably going to do the thriller last, just so that we, you know, get into the romances and see how we get on. But there is no real plan for this. The main purpose of this is just to see if I can actually read Christmas books around the Christmas period and enjoy them. Let me know what your predictions are. Do you think I am going to be converted to a seasonal reader, or do you think that maybe not? Let me know what you think now in the comments, and you can watch this vlog with me and see where I end up at the end of it. But yeah, fingers crossed I'm going to enjoy some of these books, and let's get straight into it.
"'Tis the Season for Revenge." I actually started this book yesterday and I'm already 26% of the way through. I am at chapter 9, which is great. I am loving it. I'm just absolutely loving it. So at the beginning of the book, so the FMC is called Abby, and she's in a relationship with a guy who is like he's a lawyer, but he works for the firm that his grandfather founded along with another partner. And he's kind of like one of those entitled guys that thinks like the world owes him everything, that he has like a right to become like partner at the firm and everything. And Abby is his girlfriend of 4 years who gave him the world, was like wanting to marry him, like all of these different things, and basically he treats her like absolute shit, and he splits up with her on Halloween. So she goes off on this like revenge plot to try and get back at him by basically sleeping with his boss. And she's got like these 2 best friends that are just like, they're all in with her, helping her come up with this like plot. It's just really good. It's really good and I'm really enjoying it. And I've just got to kind of like the part where she is first meeting the said boss, and the chemistry is chemistrying. I'm liking it. Like I say, we are at 26%, so we basically at the moment it's just been kind of setting the scene, giving details, things like that. Oh, Teddy's being loud. So yeah, we've kind of like gone over all of those parts, and all of that is on the blurb, so I've not given you any spoilers there. But I am enjoying it. I'm hoping that it's going to kind of continue and the chemistry is going to keep building between the two of them. His name is Damien and obviously her name is Abby. So I'm hoping that the chemistry between them is going to continue to grow. But yeah, I am really enjoying this so far. Obviously at the moment it's not Christmassy. It's not set Christmas time at the minute. It's just all kind of heading towards that Christmas party that she wants to walk in on the arm of Damien, and her ex be like, what? So yeah, it's not like too Christmassy, so I am like really enjoying it. But obviously we are getting in the Christmas spirit. We're going to sit down here with our winter ambience on the telly and some jazz music and the Christmas tree. And we're just going to sit and read for a little while and see how I get on. I'll update you in a bit. It is now the next morning and shock horror, I finished 'Tis the Season for Revenge. It was honestly so good. 5 stars, loved it. Oh, right, let's unpack. Is it overly Christmassy? No. I was right in saying that the only kind of involvement that Christmas has is that it's set around kind of like a Christmas party. But it was just so good. It was just so good. So the main female character, Abby and Damien, their chemistry was off the charts. Obsessed with each other. They were just so caring and attentive of each other, and they were just so like mature. It's the only way I can really describe it. They were just so mature about how they handled things, and Damien is the kind of man that we all want. He was like sexy, he was like respectful, he was just like stern when he needed to be, when like she was overthinking or something like that. Like he'd be like, no, stop. But like he was so kind and so sweet, and he never took her for granted and made her feel special, and we gotta love that. Obviously at the start of the book you know from the plot that there's obviously, it's not going to go to plan, and that he's going to figure out what was going on, and they'd have caught feelings for each other already. And it was done in a way that wasn't annoying, which I really appreciated. It was just good. The epilogue actually made me choke up. Never really happens, but honestly it made me choke up, and I was like, what the heck? It was just so good. I highly recommend it. We are actually now going to start Secret Santa, which we didn't think would happen, because I was like, I think I'm going to leave this one till last. I've started this one because I've also started reading The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which is one of my books from the Lovies challenge that I'm doing. So I was like, I can't really read another romance and listen to that one, and I needed to listen because I needed to edit a YouTube video. So I was like, I know, we'll start reading the thriller. I am going to start this evening. I am going to attempt to try and stream on Twitch for the first time, doing some reading sprints. No idea how it's going to go. I am a little bit nervous. We're going to see how it goes, and I'm going to start reading this book. So hopefully we'll get a decent amount done. I'll update you once we are into this book a little bit more. Little reading update on
on Secret Santa. I finished reading with you guys, and to be honest, I haven't really picked it up. I literally read 15 pages of this book yesterday, and I primarily listened to my audiobook, which is completely non-Christmas related, because I was just having one of those days where I needed to edit and I really just wanted to watch telly, to be honest. I am at 45% of this now, which is about 136 pages in, and I have to say, I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I feel like because of the way that the book is set up, and there are so many different POVs, because there is this group of girls that are part of a friendship group, you go between each of them, and I'm finding it quite difficult to keep up with like who's who, apart from a couple of characters that kind of like stand out to me. Kind of finding it difficult to really connect, not that you really connect with the thriller the majority of the time, but like get invested in caring about picking the book up. I think that's what's kind of missing for me at the moment. Whereas when I was reading 'Tis the Season for Revenge, I just wanted to read it all the time because I was just like, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm kind of at that point with it, but also I kind of feel like not much has happened. From the information in the blurb, we get that this Rebecca has been, she's died, and that they do this Secret Santa and there is presents, or there's revelations or something that they weren't expecting, but I'm still at that point. Like, that's all the knowledge I have, and it's got like a little bit of the relationships between the different characters in there, a couple of snippets of information, and then things are building where it seems like somebody is like maybe watching some of these people, but for 136 pages in, I don't feel like an awful lot is happening. I think my problem is that I'm not sure if a thriller is necessarily the genre for me, but I don't understand the different intricacies within the thriller genre to understand what I do like and what I don't like, because say three thrillers 10 times fast. Go on, I dare you. Pause this video and do it and tell me if you did it. But 3 thrillers I absolutely loved are the TJ Newman ones. So there's Falling, Drowning, and Worst Case Scenario. Absolutely obsessed. But I feel like they are like suspense thrillers in that there's nothing kind of scary happening. It's a scenario, or this high pressure, adrenaline ridden scenario. I don't know what that kind of thriller is called, but I like that. I also love a murder mystery. So I recently read Not Quite Dead Yet for last month's book club. Obsessed with it, like obsessed. I love when you've got that kind of crime detective kind of situation and you're finding things out as you go and you're trying to work out who's done it. Love that. Love it. Can get on board. Great. But there's just like some of them I'm like, meh. I'm kind of bored. Nothing much is happening. I don't like it when it's all like suspense, like it's making me, maybe suspense isn't the right word, where it's like you don't get told anything and then you just find out that somebody is like dodgy or not very nice and people get murdered. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't know. It's really weird. If someone can educate me on my thriller preferences based on the information I've just given you, I would highly appreciate that, because then I can actually target reading more thriller-based books that I will actually enjoy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we are going to read some more of this, and I will obviously keep you updated on my thoughts as I move along, because I don't want to pick this up. Like, it's not grabbing me. I really don't want to pick it up, and I just want to watch TV instead. That's how, I think that's my new mark as to whether I am enjoying a book or not, is would I rather read or watch telly? And in this case, it's currently watch telly. Like I said, I'll keep you updated anyway. I had all intentions of reading and doing a full-on reading session, bringing you with me whilst I was trying to read Secret Santa. However, it was a no from me. I tried. I got like maybe 28 pages in and it was just a no. So I actually decided to DNF Secret Santa at 55%. It was just boring. It was just boring. Nothing really happened. There was like a little bit of like an element of, oh, like somebody's done something, somebody knows something, and somebody's trying to kind of like scare these people into them thinking that they know what happened. I don't know. There were so many POVs, I couldn't keep kind of like any form of momentum going. I just honestly did not care. I just didn't care. And I feel like I'm in the slumpiest of slumps. Like, I've now DNF'd 2 books in a row. One is not for this reading vlog at all. One of them is a romance book. But yeah, I've DNF'd 2 books in a row. I feel like the slump is slumping. And do you know what it is? It is the pressure of a TBR. It's a pressure of a TBR. I've come to realise this. We think it's all well and good collecting books and buying loads and loads of books, but I never feel like I can just pick up a book that I want to read because it sounds good. Everything is planned, everything is... And it's not the challenges that I do because I enjoy doing the challenges. I think it's that I dislike the books that are within the challenges because they are not to my reading taste anymore, or they're ones that I picked years ago that just don't quite sound as interesting to me anymore. And I've just realised, like, yeah, I think the slumps just hit. Oh god. I'm annoyed at myself because obviously I'm doing the 75 books challenge and I'm supposed to read 90 minutes every single day. But because of the slump, I have not read for 90 minutes in 2 days. One day I read the 28 pages. The last time I filmed, I went and read the 28 pages and I was like, do you know what? I really just don't want to read. And then yesterday I didn't read either at all. I was so busy at work, and then I decided to research loads of things about YouTube and TikTok and algorithms and different things like that, so I ended up nerding out until 11 PM last night. And then I was like, oh, whoops, haven't read anything. And then even when I thought about it, I was like, well, I don't want to read that anyway. Anyway, that's by the by. What I have done today is I have tried to fix the TBR problem. I have this bad boy. I actually, when I first got my Kindle years ago, I obsessively used to use the stuffy Kindle days and just get loads of books for free because I thought the more books you have, the better. And every time I look at my Kindle TBR number, it was just stressing me out. So today I delete them all. Permanently. I removed them from my Kindle and I feel so much lighter and so much better. So just for a quick kind of thingy for you, I have taken my total TBR number, and that's physical and Kindle, down from 368 to 211. Now 211 may seem a lot, but 86 of those? 86 are on Kindle and 125 are in physical. And do you know what? I feel so much lighter and I feel so much better. It is actually, just completely discount the clock because I unplugged it the other day by accident and didn't sort it, but it is currently 3 PM. I still look like this because this book slump has put me in a life slump. I just can't be arsed doing anything, don't feel like it. I feel like weirdly like cabin fever, but also I don't want to leave the house. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to get a shower, make myself feel better, take the dog for a walk, and then I'm going to pick up a new book. Now, you're going to be thinking, well, there's only one book left for you to read in this video. Yes, there is. That is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. However, I found a book on my Kindle whilst I was going through everything that is Christmas related, and it's 200 pages. So I thought, let's read The Wishing Well by Vivian Porter and see if we can binge it in one go and see what it's like and see if we can get that reading mojo back. So I did have a look at what this is about. Cover's a lot prettier in colour, and I'm not going to read you the blurb, but it's like it's giving small town Christmas vibes. I'll just update you as to what's going on like as I go. But a lot of the reviews were like, this is such a cute magical story, leaves you warm and fuzzy, heartwarming story with magical elements. Christmas is celebrated every day in Hollywell Springs. So I was like, it sounds like a Hallmark Christmas film in book form, and we're going to give it a go because I need those kinds of vibes. So we're going to try and get the shit together and we're going to start reading. Oh, this vlog has been a roller coaster. We started with a 5-star read and then we've gone straight into a DNF. Let's work some magic. are back. We are feeling slightly less slumpy because we finished an entire book. I actually finished The Wishing Well. So we're going to talk about it. This is your mid-blog check-in as to whether I am slightly converted to reading seasonally or whether I'm not, where we stand with it all. Because we've now completed 3 books and we have 1 more to come. But so far, I would say that the first 2 books, 'Tis the Season for Revenge and Secret Santa, were set around the time of Christmas, but were not overly Christmassy. And they are on like vast, complete opposite sides from each other because we had a 5-star and a DNF. Mixed bag. There were also different genres and that's probably why. But we then had The Wishing Well. Now, The Wishing Well was a really, really Christmassy read. It was packed with Christmas. The whole idea was that the town that the book was set in celebrated Christmas 24/7 year round. And they had this kind of calendar where they would shift to when different areas of the world celebrated Christmas and would celebrate their traditions, which was really cool. So the basis of the book was that Hannah was a reporter or a journalist for a food magazine, and she was tasked, along with Belle, her photographer, to go to this town, which I've forgotten the name of, in Montana, where they celebrated Christmas all year round, and they were going to look at the food served during the Russian holiday that they were celebrating. And obviously Hannah, Scrooge, she's an absolute Scrooge. She's just not about Christmas whatsoever, and obviously it was her worst nightmare. And obviously in the town there is this amazing small town family vibe. Everybody like mucks in with each other. Everyone's got like, I don't know, it's just like a classic like really cute small town. And there is a set of brothers. One of them is Brody and he has the Christmas tree farm. There, and I don't want to say any form of spoilers, so I'm not going to go too much into depth, but there was an element I wasn't expecting, and that was that there was like this underlying, not an underlying, there was this kind of like additional theme of childhood trauma around Christmas, which I wasn't expecting, and kind of gave the story a little bit more emotional depth than just being like a really high level Christmas book. So that was good. I liked that. I did like the characters, I did like everything, but for some reason there was just something I couldn't quite put my finger on as to why I didn't like it more than I did. So I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. There was like a little bit of like, is it magical realism? Because there was this wishing well that was actually magical, and this magical being called Saatchi, and there was even Chris, Santa Claus, in there as well. So yeah, it was very much like a whimsical Christmassy book. Probably too Christmassy for me, but I did enjoy it to a point. So yeah, that was the 3.5 stars. So I feel like we've got a really good book, a really bad book, and then one that sits right in the middle. Am I converted to Christmas books? So far, I'm thinking no. Not where it's like heavily Christmas based. I probably could on Christmas Day maybe. But yeah, I probably wouldn't choose to read many of them. If there's kind of like a little bit of Christmas in the plot, I'm feeling like maybe that might be where I kind of sit. But before we make the final choice, we have 1 more book to read, and that is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I have read some Tessa Bailey before in the past and I did really enjoy them. I am only at 13%, so I did start a little bit of this yesterday, and so far I'm not really vibing that much with it, but it could be the slump. It could be the slump. So I'm going to continue reading and then I'm going to check back in with you and see how I get on. Fingers crossed we like it some more. I officially finished Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I gave it 3 stars. It was alright. I was kind of bored. I liked the premise. I liked the fact that Stella had come out of prison and she was able to fulfill her dream, but I just couldn't really connect with their relationship or see them together, and they were just, yeah, it was just a bit boring. It was alright, but it wasn't the best that I've ever read. And so that means that we've had a really mixed bag in this vlog. We've had a 3-star, a 4-star, a 5-star, and a DNF. All 4 were based around Christmas in some way, shape or form. 3 were kind of just based around the Christmas time. 1 was literal Christmas in a book. And I think the conclusion that we draw is what I mentioned in the last clip, which is that I think if it's a super Christmassy book, it's probably a no from me. Can I get on board with Christmas books that are like loosely based around Christmas but aren't fully Christmas? Yes. Yes, I can. I can do those. So am I converted into a seasonal reader? Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? But let me know what kind of Christmas books you like to read, and if there are any recommendations that you think I should put on my list for next year's Christmas, because you think that there are better ones out there than the ones that I read in this vlog. If you got to this point in the video, then obviously we've got to do a Christmas emoji. So we're going to do the Christmas tree with the lights on, because I absolutely love that. But yeah, pop that emoji down. Let me know in the comments if you are a seasonal reader or if you are not. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the new year. Bye guys.